And one of the things that we figured out, or one of the things we found, was my son had been held back or felt like he was being held back because he was exceptional. He's just a brainiac, but he was
Yeah.
exceptional at math. And what they were doing was they were holding him and other students back because there were other students in the class that weren't getting it, right? So we moved him to this charter system, and they sort of let him go. They let him take off, and he jumped like 3 grades in 1 year in
Yeah.
math. I mean, the kid just blossomed like there was no tomorrow, and he gained confidence from it.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch. It was just incredible. The reason I wanted to mention this or ask you about it was you mentioned that when you got into school in your freshman year, you realized that they were sort of holding back the kids that could excel because there were other people in the classroom that couldn't necessarily get there that fast, right? Talk about how that felt. Was that frustrating for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think particular school I was in was kind of wild because you
Mhm.
had kind of the smartest kids in the entire area in Northern
From
California.
everywhere, right? 30
Yeah.
different languages. I mean, how
You'd have
diverse
kids
is that?
driving an hour and a half or 2 hours because of this program and how rigorous it was. They were
Yeah.
off the charts smart. And then you'd have local families. This is their local public school. English is their second or third language.
Yeah.
And they have no support at home and they are just acting out to get
Yeah.
attention, right? You've got that kind of your typical, like, unfortunately, kind of your typical public school story. So, I mean, for me, I quickly just read the room and knew what was going on and made the best of it. I mean,
Yeah.
my goal was never, again, thankfully, my parents never put this on us. It wasn't like, hey, you need to get an X, Y, or Z score on the SAT and you need to
Mhm.
get into these schools. It's never what it was. It was
Yeah.
always, learn as much as you can, do the best you can. Um, Totally different parenting my brother and my sister and I. My sister and I put so much pressure on ourselves. My
Yeah.
parents never really had to say a word. So I've never got asked once, did you do your homework?
Yeah.
Never. That was never a question. Of course, we were in high school at the time, so we were young adults and we had our stuff together, but that was never a question.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's frustrating, I guess is the best way to put it. And now in hindsight, like it's clear that like this system doesn't work. So we're gonna have to rethink it.